All right, all right, all right. Coming back at you again with another lesson. Facing the east, we want to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. And to the sincere Akyawa Akwath, which means to the sincere brothers and sisters, salutations. And today, I forgot to grab the book. Hold on. All right, Salakia, or forgive me, also is what that means. We're going to do today the book of Sirach, also in the Apocrypha known as Ecclesiasticus. We're going to read chapter 13, verses 1 through 26. Yeah, Ecclesiasticus. Give me verses 1 and here. Yes. Oh dang, it's my internet's not up yet.
That's fine. You want me to read it?
Yeah, read verse 1, sorry. Salakia.
Verse 11 or 1?
Verse 1. We're starting from the top, we're going to read the whole chapter.
Okay. Sirach, 1 and 1. A pro.
Sirach, I'm sorry, chapter 13, starting from the top. I know. You said one now.
Sirach, chapter 13, verse 1. He that toucheth pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him.
Keep reading.
Brethren, not thyself about thy power.
Burden not thyself above thy power. It's in the 1611. Let me show you guys how the 1611. So this is what the 1611 looks like. Verse 2, see how it says, brethren, not thyself, but it's not brethren, it's burden not thyself above thy power. You see how that works? So that's why it's really, so when you hear us messing up, it's not because we don't read good. It's written differently in 1611. That's all. So go ahead. Burden not thyself above thy power.
Burden not thyself about thy power while thou livest, and have no fellowship with one that is mightier and richer than thyself. For how agreed the kettle and the earthen pot together. For if the one be smitten against the other, it shall be broken.
Rich and poor don't mix, is what they're trying to tell you. The rich and the poor do not mix. They see you as, that's why when you talk about the elites, they hate the poor people. That's not a joke. That's real. It's going to get bright out here, people. It's going to get bright.
The rich man has...
Let's get a precept. Go to 2 John chapter 1, verse 9. Start at verse 9.
2 John chapter 1 and 9. Whosoever transgresseth and abideth not in the doctrine of Yahushua hath not Yahweh. He that abideth in the doctrine of Yahushua, he hath both the Father and the Son.
So you don't want to put yourself with these wicked people because they abide not in the truth. And what is the truth? Following the instructions given by Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Keep reading.
If there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Yahweh speed.
Go ahead, one more.
For he that biddeth him Yahweh speed is partaker of his evil deeds.
So he that bid Godspeed to a wicked person is a partaker of his wickedness. You find no problems with this person. So when you go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and you read it again, it says, have no fellowship with the proud man unless you're going to be like unto him. So he just showed you if you're partial to wickedness, you're counted as the wicked. That's all there is to it. So go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and give me verse 3.
Sirach 1 and 3. 13 and 3. The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth with all. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also.
The rich man has done wrong, and he threatens. Doesn't that sound like our government system, like right now? What happened to the Epstein files? What happened to the war in Ukraine? What happened to Alligator Alcatraz? Where are all these people that are disappearing? So we know that this guy's doing wrong, and what does he do? He threatens us. He threatens the people of America. And you know, he made a very clear statement. He said, I don't care about the finances of the American people. He said that very clearly. So if he doesn't care about our finances, he doesn't care about us. He only cares about making himself further into a wealthier position. That's why he's made over $2 billion, I think, so far in the first year. So that's a lot for a president that's only supposed to make like $100,000 a year or something like that, or a couple hundred or half a million. Even no, he makes less than $1 million a year without taxes, yet somehow he's bringing in billions. You've got to ask yourself how. So the rich man has done wrong, yet he threatened. So you go after Trump, he slanders you. Look at his own cabinet, fires everybody. If they do something he doesn't like, you're fired. And then he puts up a whole campaign against you of slander. And everybody knows that to be true. It's not even made up. That is literally the facts that we live in. Let's get another precept. Let's go back though. Let's go to Psalm 1 and 1. I wanted to get this earlier. I hope it's still relevant.
Psalms 1 and 1.
Yep.
Psalms 1 and 1. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful.
That is beautiful. That is the man that's going to be blessed. The one that separates himself from this wicked society we live in and comes back to the 100% truth. It's really easy to live a biblical lifestyle. It's actually pretty relaxing because there's a lot of things in life that you don't really want to do, but you find yourself doing them anyway out of habit, not because you like it. Most people don't like, in fact, most people live a life that they hate. Most people live a life that they really just hate. Let's go back over into Sirach chapter 3. I am 13. I'm sorry, 13. Sirach chapter 13.
Verse 4.
Read verse 3 again.
The rich man hath done wrong, and yet he threateneth with all. The poor is wrong, and he must entreat also.
Get me James 2, 3 and 4.
James 2, 3 and 4.
Because the rich man, like I told you, he's going to do wrong, and Trump's the perfect example. The court found him guilty. He threatened to take him out. People are quitting because they don't want to get Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think is what her name is. She literally quit. She's in fear of her life. And it's because she went against this person. So he does wrong and he'll threaten you if you go against him. So when we go over to the book of James, chapter 2, yeah, get it. Starting at verse 3.
James, chapter 2 and verse 3. And ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, sit down here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou door, or sit here under my footstool.
Beautiful. Read number 4.
Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts?
So are ye not then partial yourselves? You respect the people that wear the gay clothing. Gay means joyful. That great, beautiful clothing. So that's what he's talking about, gay. It's like you've got on these almost like what I would consider something you would wear to like go out to have a festival or a good time. And so these people are wealthy, and you could tell by the way they dress. And they say unto him, come sit thou here in the good place. So they're going to take the person that looks wealthy and tell him, hey, you come over here with us. But the person that's poor, they're going to tell him, you go stand in the back, or you can come up here and be my footstool, like an ottoman, so they have a place to put their feet. So they're going to, if you come up to them, they're going to step on you, in other words. They're going to walk all over you. They're telling you, you got to stand in the back. The smart, rich people need to be up front. So, are ye not then partial in yourselves and become judges? Woo! See what I'm saying? You guys are literally saying one thing, but when it comes down to it, we're doing something else, aren't we? We're all doing something else. We're all partial to the rich. Let me bring some famous person out here right now. Let me have Mike Tyson or Nick Cannon or Lil Wayne show up right here. You think that this video won't go viral instantly? I'm the poor man. I'm the guy that has to sit in the back. But when the rich man shows up, you guys are going to be partial to it. Everybody will gather around, ask for autographs. We know what's going on around here. So you are then partial, and you have become a judge yourself. You have. And you have to think about it like that. It's very simple. Let's go back to the book of Sirach, chapter 13.
Verse 4.
Yes, back to the book of Sirach, chapter 13, verse 4 and 5.
Sirach 13 and 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee, but if thou have nothing, he will forsake thee.
Woo, wait. We got to say something about that. Now, you can't tell me that our own system doesn't use us for profit. I mean, we have birth certificates and social security cards. Your social security card is actually a bank account number with millions of dollars in it. We are the, how would you say it in layman's terms? We're the, we're their, how do you, the slaves are the money. We're really their, I can't think of the right word, but when I do, I'll go back to it. So what's really happening is that, it's that they're using us to make a profit. And if they can't use us, they throw us out. So have you ever noticed when a person gets to a certain age, they stop wanting, and especially in the government these days, they want to get rid of Social Security. But we are all going to get to an age where we're going to need it. So the same people that are getting rid of it are going to be the people that need it one day. And I think that's interesting that somebody would ever even try to go against that. We're supposed to take care. We're supposed to honor thy fathers and our mothers. Those are our elders go into that category. Already in the heat. We're doing pretty good though. We're like the stock. We're like the I can't even put it into words right now for some reason. I don't know why. I'm Slovakia. But read verse 5.
If thou have anything, he will live with thee. Yes, he will make thee bear, and will not be sorry for it.
So if you have anything he wants, he's going to systematically strip you down from your possessions. And I'm going to show you how he does that in a minute. Let's go to Sirach chapter 3 real quick. Verse 3 and 3, I think.
Whoso honoreth.
Yep.
Sirach 3 in verse 3. Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins.
So, I should have brought that. But whoever honors his father is going to come back to the truth. He's not going to be mixed in with these people that I already told you. If you're a partial to them, you're considered one of them. So whoever honors his father, he's going to come back to the real truth. Now, it tells you that a righteous man will fall 7 times and then rise back up again. So it's saying that we're going to make mistakes, but the point is to come out of it and come back to the truth and learn from your mistakes. Don't be a repeat offender thinking that you have grace like that, because that's when grace ends, when you know you're doing wrong and you continue in it. All right? So, let's go to Proverbs 22. Proverbs 22. What does it say?
Proverbs 22 and 16. He that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want.
So,
That reminds me.
come to want. So, if you're out there being wicked, the Most High is telling you your time is coming. If you're connected to Job 9 and 24, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. If you're the real wicked, your time is coming. Just because you haven't been judged yet, don't think that you won't be judged. It's coming. So if he have, read that again.
He that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches, and he that giveth to the rich shall surely come to want.
So he that oppresseth the poor to increase his riches is going to lose everything.
Kind of reminds me of Trump said he's going to lower the taxes for rich people.
He's saying it kind of reminds him of when Trump said that he's going to lower the taxes for rich people, and in the same time that he says he's lowering the taxes for rich people, they're trying to make it illegal to be homeless. Just remember that. It's coming soon. In Europe, they've got digital currency now being there. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact. They are pushing forward with digital currency. So that means that you have to be biometrically subscribed to be to participate in the new society.
I saw an ad.
It's a digital society that we live in. So now you're going to have to become part of that. All of these data centers are more than just, they're not trying to get information. They're trying to put 10-minute, 15-minute cities everywhere. And those data centers are going to run the 15-minute cities. They're slowly taking over. They kicked all of the citizens out of the room when it was time to judge whether they were going to build another data center. The whole entire city shows up saying, no, we vote against it. They said, if you guys open your mouth again, we're going to have you removed by the police. Then they went and finished the meeting via online live and passed the bill so these guys could open a new data center. We all know what's going on. We all know. I showed you yesterday the Hunter virus. I showed you the patent. I showed you the patent that it got in 2022, and I showed you that it was published in 2025. They're doing all this. This is the real life we're living right now. So when people want to go into denial, you want to worry about the two guys on the corner? We're the last things that people need to worry about. If anything, you should be listening to us because we're the only ones that are going to tell the truth. We're the only ones out here insisting on telling the truth.
I remember seeing a microchip ad. Like, I take it back.
Oh, they got plenty of that. I can go right now online and I can buy my own do-it-yourself biometric kit. A subdermal implant of a foreign object placed beneath the skin, a mark. I can put that, I can get that right now. We're in the cool new thing phase. But now it's about to become, this is how the new society is going to be ran because this is such a great system. Watch. You don't believe me? It's already so. When you go to Europe, after Europe, it goes to Australia and Canada. What's Canada connected to? Us. America. It's coming soon. So when Nate told you 10 years ago, 2016, in the month of June, he said there ain't no microchip, but do you believe that now? Why isn't he saying that now? He needs to have a 10-year anniversary. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy because we're out here fighting against the oppressors, and you're out here working for them.
Ain't no microchip.
Ain't no microchip. Let's go back to the class. Sirach chapter 13, verse 6.
Sirach 13 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
Sirach 13 and 6. If he have need of thee, he will deceive thee and smile upon thee and put thee in hope. He will speak thee fair and say, what wantest thou?
If he have need of you, he's going to lie to you. And he's going to tell you what you want to hear to get what he wants out of you. He'll smile upon. So when you have a 501c3, when you don't follow the rules of the 501c3, there could be a tax penalty. But you got to remember, 501c3, you don't have to pay taxes. So if you get a tax penalty as a 501c3, that means they're going to tax you on all your free money, not just a little bit of it. So IUIC is the perfect example because they literally said there could be tax penalties for our 501c3. He literally said that in a class. They like to do 4 and 5 hour classes too, so you really have to search to find it. But he said there could be tax penalties. What does that mean? You have to follow the popular agreed. How is it? The popular agreed doctrine. So if you go against that, that's where you get the tax penalties. So if you notice the trend, everybody that was teaching this right here, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, they would have a certain amount of money in the bank. And these leaders that got popular, remember what happened? They said that the IUIC said the name's not determined. TGC Ministries. Remember Genesis Israelites, former Sakari Israelites, Deacon Akan Hassad? What did they tell you? IUIC said the name's not determined. What did TGC say? Oh, you got to use Jesus and God. That Yahweh and Yahushai right here on the Paleo Hebrew, the Lashawan Kadash that comes from this land that's been interpreted correctly. They're saying, nope, that doesn't exist. That is the trend. Now these guys got $1 million in the bank.
But I remember Nathaniel making fun of the name too.
But if he have need of thee, they will lie to you. What do they need from you? They need you to follow them so their oppressor will be proud of them. They need you to give all your donations to them because they don't have to pay taxes.
They use Yahweh's name in vain.
They don't use Yahweh's name. They remove Yahweh's name and they use a blasphemous name in vain. And they do that purposely to gaslight you, to keep you confused on the things that you know are true. They want you to double think your own knowledge. Let's just go back. Let's go back to the class. In fact, Sirach, let me read it. I'm going to read it again. If he has need of thee, he will lie to thee. He will smile upon thee and put thee in hope. So let's see, my brother. Or the government, they'll tell you that they got all these great things that they're going to do, and then nothing happens also. It works both ways, but you got to remember the government runs the church leaders. At 501c3 means you are controlled by the government, okay? So, and he'll put thee in hope, and he will speak to thee fair and say, what wantest thou? So he's like, how can I help you? But really, he wants you doing stuff for him. So he's going to jive you and make you think you're going to get help, but you're going to find yourself doing stuff for him the whole time. And then when he's done with you, he's going to take you out. He's going to ignore you. He's going to blow you off. And that goes for the church and for our government system. Let's get a couple more precepts. Get Psalms 55 and 21. Yeah.
I landed right on Psalms.
Yep.
Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
So when you go back to verse 6, what does it say? If he has need of thee, he will lie. He'll lie to you to get what he wants out of you. That's why I tell you the words are smoother than butter. He's a smooth talker. You got Obama's a great smooth talker. That's for I guess for Democrats love Obama still. Even the Iranians like we're only going to talk to Obama. We don't like Trump. But all of the racist people love Trump. They think that he's the great smooth talker. So no matter who you believe in and all that shit, if you're an Israelite, you shouldn't be voting. You shouldn't be classified as a Democrat or a Republican. You should be classified as a Hebrew Israelite. Yashar Allah. Yashar Allah. The royal priesthood, the holy nation, the peculiar one, but never a Democrat or a Republican. We already have to be American citizens, but that's part of our punishment for not keeping the laws. So his words are really smooth. And what is that? Get Titus. Wait, let me get it.
Titus 1 and 11.
In the NLT. NLT.
Okay.
Titus 1 and 11 in the NLT.
So they'll say money instead of bread.
Got ants over here attacking my book. I told you I bet you there would be no wind if I came out here with bricks and tape to make sure everything stays together.
Titus 1 and 11, NLT. They must be silent because they are turning whole families away from the truth by their false teaching, and they do it only for money.
Arms. Yep. That's right. Get Ephesians 4 and 14 NLT. This is the one I wanted. Salakia.
Ephesians 4 and 14.
Yeah, because there's a point in there. Let me read 6 again. If they have need of thee, they will lie to thee. You've got to keep that in mind. They're going to lie to you. They're going to sound smoother than butter. So when you go Ephesians 4 and 14, New Living Translation.
Then we will no longer be immature like children. We will be tossed and blown about be every wind of new teaching. We will not be influenced when people try to trick us with lies so clever they sound like the truth.
That's the point. These people come with lies so clever they sound like the truth. That's where everybody gets stuck. So, when you read it, it says if he has need of thee, he's gonna lie to thee. And that lie is gonna be so good, I totally believe this guy. I believe him. I 100% believe him. So their lies are so good, you think it's the truth. Go back to Ecclesiasticus chapter 13 and verse 7.
Never see me. Never see me there. Bro.
13 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
Sirach 13 and 7. And he will shame thee by his meats until he has drawn thee dry twice or thrice, and at the last he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterward, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee.
You know what's not? We got to get this. Watch this. You got to understand what it's talking about. What does it mean when it says that he will shame you with his meats and draw thee away twice or thrice in the night? See, I know the definition. I wanted to get it because it really goes into the lifestyle during these ancient times. The lifestyle was different, and so I really want to see if I can find it. They won't do it because the internet refuses to acknowledge the Apocrypha as part of the Bible. So let's try it like this. Apocrypha. It should take me right to it. There it is. Now watch this. This is beautiful. It says, when he will shame you with his meats. So you guys got to listen carefully. I brought this class out just so I could break this down for you right here. Read that again.
And he will shame thee by his meats until he hath drawn thee dry twice or thrice, and at the last he will laugh thee to scorn. Afterward, when he seeth thee, he will forsake thee and shake his head at thee.
So it says that he will shame thee with his meats. So in ancient times, a rich man, a manipulative person, will invite you to a lavish meal or gathering in their home. However, they use this generosity to assert power over you, making you feel inferior, indebted, or ashamed with your own lesser statutes. Do you see that? That's how he shames you with his meats. He literally, this is like a time frame. They want to, like these days, people try to show up with the Rolls Royce, the biggest chain. Look at all this money I got. I'm going to make a phone call on $100,000. That's what they're doing in these times, they would invite you to their house and make you feel indebted to them. So they'll draw you away twice or thrice. What does that mean? They will use your resources, time, and dignity until you are completely exhausted or financially ruined. Soil the seed, my brother. You're taking the damn bus to get to church, but the pastor's driving a brand new whatever car he wants.
Rolls Royce.
Whatever car he wants. It doesn't matter. Best shoes on the market, best clothes on the market, Rolex watch. I went to my pastor's house, he had a safe, he had like all kinds of guns and gold, all kinds of stuff. Just all kinds of stuff. That was before I got kicked out of the church, because I was soiling the seed, you know, I was doing a bunch of shit for him for free, so he didn't have to pay somebody. That's what it means to soil a seed. Come over and work for free. Come and do some stuff for free while I save money on you. I'm already rich. Be a slave. So at the last, he will laugh at you. Once they have gotten what they want from you, they have nothing left to offer. They will discard you, forsake you, and mock you. So what do they do at a company when you work at a job for a bunch of years and you spend all these years setting up this company, getting it going almost like a perfectly oiled machine? You've trained all the guys. What do? You're the last hired and the first one fired. So as soon as they don't need you anymore, they disregard you and toss you out like yesterday's trash. Yeah, they did that to me at my old job. I haven't worked in, what, a year? Haven't worked in a year. I've been living off the blessings. That's all there is to it. And I started my own business. I mean, what are you going to do if they won't give you a job? You start your own business, or just plan on packing up and moving out to the streets. That's all there is to it. Let's go back to go to Obadiah 1 and 6. Remember, when they are done with you, they have nothing left to offer and they disregard you. Go to Obadiah 1 and 6.
Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hid things sought up? How?
Keep reading.
All the men of thy...
Wait, I'm sorry. Salakia. Oh, yeah. Keep reading.
All the men of thy
Confederacy
have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
And that's going directly into our oppressor, okay? So all the men that this guy of our Confederacy have brought thee to the border, the men that were at peace with thee have lied to you. But that's what I'm talking about right there. So our oppressor that's doing this to us, like I said, his time is coming. Well, the same thing that he's doing to us is now happening to him. So we know that the prophets are telling the truth. These same things are starting. All the men that were had a deal. To be confederate with somebody means to make an agreement together. So all the people that were in agreement, that had a deal with you, lied to you, and that's what deceived you means. So all the people that were confederate with you have deceived you, okay? And they prevailed against thee. How? If you look at our government right now, all of the same countries that used to be joined in alliance with America are now turning their backs. You can't fly your military jets over our country. A lot of countries are saying that. You can't do this. We are switching over to a different type of currency. You can't have our oil anymore. We're not doing business with you. What do? Trump tried to put tariffs on the whole earth, and now everybody on earth pretty much is going against America. There's no understanding left in them. And what does that go into? Who controls your understanding? Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. I can't remember where it's at.
Yahweh.
The king's heart's in Yahweh and the Lord's hands. I know where you're going. Proverbs 21:1.
Proverbs 21:1.
So all these things, these wicked people that think that they're ahead right now, that think that they're doing all these great things. And you know, my favorite statement is, "Do as thou wilt." So that's in the Satanic Bible, but it's not true because your mind belongs to the Most High. Read it.
Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord Yahweh. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will.
In other words, he's got full control over you. We can go into it. We already know about Job 33:14 through 16. It tells you when you're asleep that in the dreams and the vision of the night, he plants your instructions. So if you're wicked, if he wants you to do something, he's going to fulfill prophecy through you. And if you don't believe me, let's go back to the Exodus and find out if he didn't harden the king's heart so he could fulfill prophecy. Straight up. So let's go back over to let's go back to Sirach. Yeah, it's getting freezing. It's freezing.
So we don't.
And all these man, talking about books. Sirach chapter 13, 8, and 9.
The breeze is just helping us so we don't overheat.
What else has to do? That's perfect.
8 and 9.
Sirach chapter 13, 8, and 9.
Sirach 13. Chapter 13 and verse 8. Beware that thou be not deceived and brought down in thy
Jollity.
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 Jollity. Jollity.
Go ahead.
If thou be
Invited.
of a mighty man, withdraw thyself, and so much that more he invite thee.
So if thou be invited of a mighty man, withdraw thyself, and so much the more will he invite thee. So if he wants something out of you, he's going to do everything he can to get it. Come on, brother, how can I help you out? But really, he wants something out of you. Beware. Beware. Let's go to 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 6. 2 Thessalonians 3 and 6.
Second Thessalonians 3 and 6. Now we command you, brethren, in the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, that ye withdraw yourselves from every brother that walketh disorderly, and not after the tradition which he received of us.
So he just told you, what did it tell you? Withdraw thyself. If you're invited of a mighty man, which is clearly somebody that's wicked, withdraw thyself. Now read that again.
Now we command you, brethren, in the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, that we withdraw yourselves from every brother that walketh disorderly, and not after the tradition which he received of us.
Beautiful, right? Beautiful. We have instructions on what to do in every situation. We have been instructed clearly. It's very easy to understand how to live a righteous life if you follow these instructions. Hey, this dude's wicked. Withdraw thyself. In other words, stay away from them. Stay away from wicked people. Especially if you're, first of all, the red light is like, I have my doubts. Then, after that, it becomes, you know for sure through their actions. So just stay away. Once you start having doubts, once you get a yellow light, you gotta know it's time to take precaution. It's already time to take precaution. It might already be too late. So withdraw yourselves from the wicked. Don't get caught up and then have to figure out a way out. Don't put yourself in it. Every Israelite falls, and every Israelite has to get back up again and start walking. That's all there is to it. All of us. There is no perfect Israelite. Even Yahweh Shai said, don't call me perfect. There's only one that's perfect, and that's my Father who's in heaven. So,
Yahweh.
yep, Yahweh. Go to Daniel.
Going back
13 and 6. We're at 9. What was I going to bring out? Daniel 8:25. Yeah, get Daniel 8:25. Daniel 8:25 is a basic scripture, but we're going to bring it anyway because it goes into the if he has need of you, he will deceive thee. But when he's done with you, he's just going to throw you aside.
25, Daniel 8 and 25. Daniel 8 and 25. Through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
The point in that is he's going to cause craft to prosper in his hands. In other words, he's going to have the power to do wickedly, and then he's going to take that power and use it to literally, policies are laws, rules. He's going to make rules against you. So, sorry. So you can use that one. So those are just green tea. But read it again. Oh wait. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What I was gonna say is he's wicked. He causes craft. That's not a good thing to prosper. He causes wickedness to prosper in his hands, and then he makes laws to make sure that his wickedness is solidified, that it stays. So, there's Nick. So, let's go back over to Sirach chapter 13, verse 10. Get verse 10.
Press thou not upon him, lest thou be back, stand not far off.
Lest thou be put back, stand not far off, lest thou be forgotten. So he says, press thou not upon him. Don't be too close, and don't be too far. I'm gonna back up my car really quick. Just give me a second, guys. So I can.
Do you want me to pause it?
No, you're good.
Okay. Press thou not upon him, lest thou be put back. Stand not thereof, lest thou be forgotten. Thank not. Did I read 11?
Yeah, read 11.
Expect not to be made equal unto him in talk, and believe not his many words, for with much communication will he tempt thee, and smiling upon thee will get out of thy secrets.
So that goes back to verse 6. If he have need of thee, he will lie to you. It also goes back to verse 1. It says, have not fellowship with the proud man, unless you be counted as one of the proud men. You shall be like unto him. So, affect not to be made equal to him in talk. So don't sit there and try and debate back and forth with these guys. That's what in fact, isn't that what these guys do? They want to have a debate. So when you go into the background of these debates, these guys are all making like thousands of dollars each to have you guys watch. Plus, you're on their GoFundMe, the super things, all of the avenues that you use to give them money for teaching. When it tells you in James 1:5 that the word is given liberally to anybody that studies and doesn't depart from the truth. So remember that. So don't go out there trying to be made equal in your speech. And believe not his many words. that takes you back over into Ephesians 4:14 again. They tell lies so clever that you think it's the truth. This Bible's perfect. It's a perfect harmony, a perfect circle. We can keep going round and round, and it's always going to work out right. Now, the people that don't understand the Bible will take scriptures out of context, of course, and then you're telling yourself, this Bible contradicts itself. No, you contradict yourself because you don't understand the Bible. This book is perfect. It says, affect not to be made equal unto him, and believe not his many words, for with much communication will he tempt thee. And so, like, when, it's a perfect example too. And smiling upon thee will get out thy secrets. And it's funny because even if you're pissed off, and this dude's, I want to use the Christians that come up to the camps in the other states, how they'll run up with 10 deep, they'll be yelling and smiling over you. And what they do is they try to get you out of your zone, and then you start popping off, and that's how you give up your secrets. You fall out of your own character. But then there's another scenario where they literally manipulate you through many words because they tell such a good lie, it sounds like the truth, that you start having that back and forth dialect. So don't try to be made equal to them in speech. It's a really important scripture. It's a really important, who are they? Anybody that's wicked, not following these instructions. Especially you rich people, because rich people, man, they love to think that they're above everybody because they consider their money as a blessing. Let's go back into it. Let's get a precept. 2 Thessalonians 3 and 6. I have no idea what it is. Yeah, this is just another. When I come out in the streets, I like to take all these books that I have, because you always see me with a different book. I got books and books from many years of taking notes for classes. So it's pretty cool that we can go back to an old class and it's relevant. It's like nothing changes in this book. It's not gonna evolve to where my notes aren't gonna be relevant. The only thing that's gonna happen is these prophecies are gonna be fulfilled.
You brought this out earlier.
We already brought it out?
Yeah. Now we command you, brethren, in the name of our Lord Yahweh Shai with that ye withdraw yourselves from every brother that.
Okay. Go to Matthew 7 and 6.
Matthew 7 and 6.
Wait, read verse. Hold on. Don't go to 7 and 6 yet. 13 and we read 11 already. Read 11 again.
Read 11 again. Surah 13 and 11.
And then
Affect not be.
and read 11, 12, and yep. Just go through it.
Sirach 13 and 11. Affect not be made equal unto him in tongue, and believe not his many words. For with much communication will he tempt thee, and smile upon thee will get out of thy secrets. But cruelly he will lay up thy words, and will not spare to do thee hurt, and to put thee in prison.
Whoa, right there. They also use their words to incriminate you. They use their words to, did you hear that? It says, observe and talk, take good heed. Oh wait, where is it? Yeah, be cruelly, but cruelly he will lay up thy words. He will not spare to do hurt. So if he catches you anywhere, if he can catch you doing something, he will not spare to do hurt, and to put thee in prison. So he will not spare to hurt you, but they'll be the first one to take you out for any little thing you do. So what was that? Verse 12, get 13.
13. Observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril of thy overthrowing when thou hearest these things awake in thy sleep.
It says, observe and take a good warning. Walk as very carefully in thy overthrowing, and thou heardest these things awake in thy sleep. So when come out of your it's not talking about sleeping at night. It's talking about your spiritual sleep. You need to wake up out of being spiritually asleep and come back to this 100% truth. You need to literally just wake up and see that all of these things that we're talking about and doing are real. All of these things that have happened in the past they're real. None of this stuff is made up. But they want you to believe as time goes on that this is all made up. They don't want the Bible to be fulfilled, so that's why it tells you in Revelation 12:12 that they increase the oppression because they know they have but a short time. So take a good warning. They won't hesitate to take you out. They won't hesitate to throw you away. Look at how they treated the immigrants in our country, the people they were. Now we don't have any farm workers. And then they said they could come back if they would be a slave. They literally said, you can come back if you have a sponsor, and you can't leave the farm though, because you're an immigrant. So what does that mean? You can come back and work, but you're not allowed to leave.
Or get paid.
Or, well, they'll pay you just a little bit. They're not paying people big dollars to come out here. And then what do you do? What do you do with the money? I mean, you're only allowed to go, maybe they'll make their own little store on the place so they can fucking charge you. That's what they used to do at the mines. They'd make their own money, and everybody that lived at the mine would be getting paid just under the amount to make it. And then they would end up owing the general store. That's what they do to us to this day. It's all by design. Go ahead and
Go to Matthew.
no, I'm not ready for Matthew 7 and 6 because that's like, go to it real quick. Go to Matthew 7 and 6. We read, observe and take good warning. Remember that. For thou walkest in peril of thy overthrowing, in fear.
Matthew chapter 7 and verse 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your... Oh wait, did I just go?
No, you're in there.
Okay. Neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rent you.
But cruelly he will lay upon you words. So, and it tells you not to be made equal unto him in talk. So if you're not going to be made equal unto him in talk, that means you cast not your wisdom among these wicked people. Cast not thy pearl among swine. Don't teach people that aren't going to listen. And that's what it says. Don't sit there and try to have a debate and stop. Let's talk about it. They're not going to change their mind. Cast not your pearl among swine, or they're going to destroy your teaching, and then they're going to come back and attack you. Go to verse 14. Ecclesiasticus chapter 13, verse 14.
Sirach 13 and 14.
Mm-hmm.
Sirach 13 and 14. Lo, the Lord Yahweh, all thy life, and call upon him for thy salvation.
Keep reading. No, it's right there. So, love Yahweh all thy life. You got to remember to love the Most High. You got to follow His instructions. You can't say you love something and then go do the opposite. I love this GPS system. It tells me everything I need to know. It gets me where I gotta go. And GPS says take a left turn in 100 feet. when you drive 100 feet, you're not going to take a right turn. So to love the Lord, if he tells you to make a left turn in 100 feet and you make a right turn, how can you say you love him? You can't say that and it be true, because you're going against his word, and in the same breath you're saying, but I love the Lord. He knows my spirit. Yeah, you're fucking wicked. You're wicked. You show that you hate the Most High in your actions. So when it says love the Lord and call upon him for salvation, if you go to Sirach 12:6, it says, Yahweh hateth sinners. So you can call for salvation, but if you don't love the Lord, in other words, if you're not doing his works according to the way he wants them done, then he's not going to hear you anyway. That's beautiful. But if you're righteous, you're going to separate yourself from the wicked anyway, and you are going to continuously call upon the Lord, and he is going to be there, and he is going to show you salvation. So that's why we do that. But you have to understand, there's a right way and a wrong way to do everything. Let's I got some precepts here that I didn't bring out. I want to bring them out real quick. Get Romans chapter 1, 21 and 22.
Romans chapter 21 and 21.
1.
1 and 20. Romans 1 and
21.
21. Romans 1 and 21. Because that when they knew Yahweh, they glorified him not as Yahweh, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened.
Beautiful. So,
Shall I read 22?
yes.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Professing yourself. So the thing is it tells you, or when you go, we got to go back again. It says that be made not equal unto him in talk. Straight up. Let's go back over to what is that? 2 John 1, 11. Like I said, these are notes from like I think I had that book 3 years ago. 2 or 3 years ago. 2 John chapter 2. 2 John, I'm sorry, 1. 2 John, you're right.
2 John chapter 1, verse 10. If there come any unto you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not into your house, neither bid him Yahweh speed.
Beautiful.
Oh, we read this already.
We did, but it's important to know that we don't receive these people. Cast not your pearl among swine. It says, be not made equals unto them in talk. Depart from them. Be not counted with the proud. It's telling you throughout the whole chapter, stay away from a certain type of people. They're wicked. They're not going to do any good for you, but they're going to definitely suck you right into the cracks with them. And a lot of us know in our lives that this has already happened to us. We've already been sucked into the cracks.
Revelation 2. Yeah, Revelation 2.
Go ahead, get it.
I know thy works in tribulation and poverty. But thou art rich, and I know the blaspheme of them, which say they are Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
Where are we at? 12. These were Romans 21 and 10 and 11. So, read it again.
I know thy works in tribulation, of and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy.
Wait, but thou art rich. So I know thy tribulations and thy poverty. Okay? So when we were reading, it says, if there come unto any to you, and bring not this doctrine, receive him not. But our tribulation is trying to survive in this society. Really, I mean, everything is against us at this point. So if they, keep reading.
And I know the blaspheme of them which say they are the Jews, and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So if any come to you and bring not this doctrine, they're pretty much the synagogue of Satan. That's what he's trying to say with that precept that he wanted to bring out. But we all know who the real synagogue of Satan is. But when it comes to, I guess, a surface message, you are also part of that synagogue when you go against this doctrine. Because when it comes, and you know what, when it comes down to it, if you're going against this doctrine, you're definitely joined with them. They own all of the radio stations. They own all of the newspapers. They own all of the media. That right there sets the narrative. Anytime you turn it, so Amalek, the small hats, you know, those people over the Israelis, they made a new law. If you say anything about them, that they can it's pretty much you can go to jail. And if you own a business, they can cancel your contracts that you have.
Oh, I remember when Trump said that.
What I was saying though is these guys like literally own the narrative. So they just bought TikTok. If you go on TikTok and you say something about the Israelis, it's going to be blocked, and they're going to give you the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, and all that. But if you say something about Muslims, 1,000 million videos come up. You say something about Christians, 1,000 million videos come up. You say something about like I said, the small hats, it sends you to the Anti-Defamation League, and it doesn't show you anything. How is that possible? They control it. So if you are against this book, but you're somewhat in the world, you're joined with the synagogue of Satan. That's all there is to it. They control the narrative. They control what you think. If you're part of if you're following in their doctrine, they control what you think. Who do you think owns all the rap music, all of the entertainment industry? Why do you think that if a so-called black person makes positive music, it doesn't get played? But if he talks about stealing from his own people, shooting and killing his own people, and taking your woman from his own people, now it's okay. Say that shit about anybody else, and I guarantee you they'll be in court. So yeah, if you are not following in this doctrine, we're gonna separate ourselves from you, because you are definitely joined with the synagogue of Satan. Go back over to Sirach chapter 13, verse 15.
Remember how you said if you say anything about them, it's illegal?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They made a law where if you say something about them, you could literally go to jail. And if you're a business owner and you have contracts, anything with like $100,000 and over, they can cut your contract.
Like I was saying, didn't Trump say that they were going to get rid of all the Jew haters?
Yes. Trump is the first Jewish president, is how he describes himself, just to let you guys know. He said it, not me. I mean, I don't know if that's a bad or a good thing, honestly. But he did say that, so I'm just quoting Trump. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13 and verse 15.
Look at that burger, dude.
Chilling. The birds be chilling. Yeah, the birds always come up when we're bringing classes. There'll be birds, all kinds of. Wildlife is not scared of us. People are more scared of us than these animals. I think the birds like hearing the truth. Okay, go ahead. Verse 15.
Verse 15. Sirach 13 and 15. Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor.
That's beautiful. Every beast loveth his like. So what does that mean? That everything that's like-minded, but every beast is going to want to be with its kind. Tigers are going to be with tigers. bears with bears, sea lions with sea lions, cats with cats, dogs with dogs. You see what I'm saying? Every beast is going to be with his like. And every man loveth his neighbor. And just because we said love thy neighbor, we got to get it. Leviticus 19 and 17. How do you love your neighbor? Because we're out here showing love to our neighbors right now. 19 and 17. It's at the very beginning of the Bible. You're going to have to learn the books of the Bible this week.
Leviticus chapter...
It's like the second book in the Bible. Or the third book.
Second.
Yeah. Anyway.
Leviticus chapter...
19, verse 17.
19, 17. Leviticus 19 and 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise way rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So, when it says, every man loveth his neighbor, it's saying, if you actually really love your neighbor, you will not suffer sin upon your neighbor, but you will let him know if something's wrong. Okay? And that goes to our people only. We're not dealing with outside nations like they think we are. We're dealing, oh yeah, I need that. And it's when even the smallest little gust, always trying to mess up something. You want to know what that is right there. That's the real prayer. When people have to get cursed. That we could pray. We never pray the curses on the online. None of the camps do really. When the camera shuts off, that's when that prayer comes out.
13,
16,
and 16. Sirach 13 and 16. All flesh, consorted according to the kind, and a man will cleave to his like.
So a man is going to cleave unto other like-minded people. So the Bloods are going to kick it with the Bloods, the Crips are going to kick it with the Crips. For the lack of a better example, every man is going to cleave to his like. So you can visually see that in your head. You're not going to see a bunch of blue people with one red guy standing there. You're not going to see a bunch of red guys with one blue guy standing there. So that's why it tells you, all flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. So when you go to China, you notice that it's only Chinese people. But then you go to Japan, and it's only Japanese people. But they consort to their like, even though they look kind of the same, not trying to be disrespectful. But they're different. And a perfect example of that would be like Bruce Lee. He would make fun of Japanese martial arts because he did kung fu. But they consort to their like. So people that are like-minded, and your nation also that deals with. Because when you come to America, everybody looks different. So you tend to gather with not only people that you look like a lot of times, but the people that think like you. All right, let's keep going. My battery's about to die.
I'm at 16, so that's okay.
Okay, 13 and 17.
What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly.
What fellowship does the wolf have with? I'll tell you what their fellowship is. The wolf will eat the lamb. So the sinner will oppress the godly, is what it's trying to tell you. The sinner is not there to help you. He's there to make you like him. That's why we go back to the very first verse. Be not joined unto the proud, or you're going to be counted as one of the proud. So you don't want to be partial to the proud, because then you're one of them. All right, keep reading.
18. What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor?
The rich hate the poor. I already told you that. What's the agreement between them? There isn't one. There isn't. The rich only see the poor as laborers, as goyim, cattle. that? The rich are almost every time compared to a predator, and the poor are compared to innocent animals of prey. Okay, keep reading.
20. As the proud hate
Humility.
humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor.
I already told you in the beginning that the rich people hate poor people. So, as the proud hate humility, and what does it say in verse 3? The rich man doth wrong, yet he threateneth with all. So that's threatening. So go back, read it again.
As the proud hate humility, so doth the rich abhor the poor.
So the rich, when they hate being humiliated. That's why I brought that verse 3 back out again, because you got to understand, when you humiliate the rich, they threaten you. So go back to it.
22.
Yes.
Verse 22. When a rich man is fallen, he hath many helpers. He speaketh things. Wait.
Yep. Yep.
No.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A rich,
Sirach 13 and 21.
a rich man beginning to fall is held up his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust also away by his friends.
So the poor man, when he goes down, his friends are, oh, look at him. Look at him. He needs to get his shit together. But the rich man, see, he's surrounded by other rich people. So it's easy for them to be like, hey, man, let me lift you back up again. But what did I tell you? Don't be, go back to verse 1 again. It says,
He hath touches the pitch shall be defiled therewith, and he that hath fellowship with a proud man shall be like unto him.
you will be like the proud man.
That's replacement theology.
He knows what all that is. This guy's been out here for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I've seen you out here for about 5 or 6 years. Not here at this spot, but around as we've been teaching, I have seen you, because my buddy Uriah used to teach over there on that other corner, but he went back over to Pennsylvania. So I definitely know.
Well, all I gotta say about the whole situation is Jesus Christ is Lord.
That is correct. He's the Savior.
Love has no color.
Yahushua is our leader.
Now,
Back to it. Read it
22.
again.
Or 21? Okay. A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust also away by his friends.
Isn't that crazy how the elites stick together? Do you know why, what was it, Spirit Airline? Do you know why they got shut down and they didn't get government help? Because they're not friends with the government. Because when American Airlines went down, government bailed them out. See, government was going to spell out Spirit Airlines, but they wanted like 90% of the company. That's not a bailout, that's a buyout. That's a buyout. So that's why you see it. So they'll help theirs, but they're going to come after you. Now, who was riding on Spirit Airlines mostly? Because I only saw black stewardesses, black people, just a lot of brown people under this Spirit Airline, and they weren't willing to budge and take what is not a bailout, it's a buyout. They were going to just take the company over pretty much, owned by the government. What does that do for you? How does that help you any? So we see it in society every day. We see Chevy, the General Motors take a bailout. We've seen, I don't know if Ford did or not, or Dodge. I know, I know General Motors did. But so the rich man, he's going to have people to hold him up. But when a poor person falls, there's not going to be anybody there for them. And the reason why is because we're in the same position. We're literally placed at birth as crabs in a bucket, and then we're pushed to try and crawl on top of each other to get out of the bucket. That's why you can't help somebody that's in the same position as you, because they're going to be ahead of you because you gave them what you needed to survive. See, we have just enough to survive as poor people. The rich, they have an abundance, but they're not trying to make the poor man rich. They want to keep their people on top because they got an agenda. So,
Oh yeah, this is the next verse.
keep reading.
When a rich man is fallen, he has many outlets. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet man justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him.
They rebuke him too.
He speak wisely, and could have no place.
That's us. We're out here on the street corner. But all of the rich people like to go and dwell in buildings built with man's hands because they worship a different God. That's all there is to it. Our God does not dwell in buildings built with man's hands. So when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth. Wait, where was that? When a rich man, that's right. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, because they think, oh, look at all this money. This guy's got something really important to tell us because he's going to teach us how to have the same amount of money as him. That's the only reason why people listen. They think that they're going to get rich by being around this rich person that's only there to take your money and then go back to his own people. So when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look what he says. He extol it in I'm sorry. When a rich man is fallen, he has many helpers. When he speaketh things not to be spoken. What did I tell you about in Titus? They pay our own people through a 501c3 grant, and they teach things what they ought not for filthy lucre's sake. And they subvert whole houses, right? So he's saying, he speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. Well, he gave us the 501c3. Why do you think it tells you a gift destroyeth the heart? The 501c3 is the gift. When they give you a blank check, they give you about $1 million to tell you that the name Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, has not been justified, you get to keep check because you taught that. Now everybody knows that that's what you're teaching. But 5 years back, we can go and you were saying Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai all the way up until you got that check.
And then when Annette was almost dying,
he called on Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
and then he said they're scared when I use that name.
Oh, look at him go. He thinks that he is some kind of God. Because he thinks that the people, like our people, us, like we care. I don't give a shit about Nate or his money. Let me move this.
Also, wait, who was the IOIC member that just
Whoops.
got into IOIC, and when he did, he felt like his soul, like,
The shade's back over here now.
Abba.
He got vaccinated. He said it felt like he didn't have a soul any longer. That's what happened. He took the snake venom, and he said it felt like he no longer had his soul in him. That's sad. No repenting. They told you about that. They change your DNA with that, with these shots these days. That's what I say in Deuteronomy 28. I think it's 58 to 64. It tells you how there's going to be diseases that were not written in the book. I showed you yesterday. All of those diseases have a U.S. patent copyright. They were created for us so they could take us out.
The vaccine, they were going to use it for the black people first, and the black people never.
No. Black people wanted to use the vaccine. We all know what happened during the Tuskegee experiments. During the Tuskegee experiments, they would have the black women convince black men to take these shots for free health care. But what they were doing was infecting them with syphilis, not doing anything to it, just to see the long-term effect of syphilis. And then you want us to take a what? When? We're never taking anything. You're never going to get us to take one of your shots